Hey guys, UE4 Matter here with a quick tutorial today regarding the cull distance of foliage actors. We will improve this standard culling feature from the engine with an easy extension of your shader to make it look way better, just like this here, while having a good performance at the same time. So stay tuned. Alright, let's start. We will use this scene here I've already prepared in one of my previous tutorials called Great Wind Shader Made Easy, but you can use your own map with your own foliage. I've also painted the foliage with a quite high density across the whole landscape here, as you see. And the first thing you need to do is to open your existing master material. Therefore, locate your foliage mesh by switching to the foliage tool in the top bar and select foliage here. Now select your foliage mesh. I'll use this grass mesh here. And under the mesh settings, just click on the magnifying glass button to open your mesh in the content browser. Now double click it. And under the details tab, click on the magnifying glass to the right of your material slot. And this will locate it in the content browser again. Open it with a double click, and in case it is a material instance, we do the same action again by clicking on the magnifying glass below the parent material here. And then open the master material from the content browser. Once your master material is open, we need to add some nodes here. So do a right click and search for per instance fade amount. Click it. And this node lets us fade each individual foliage instance we have in our landscape. And the second one is the dither temporal AA, selected from the list. And this node lets us render opacity with a very low cost of performance, which is great. And in the next step, we will multiply the per instance fade amount together with the opacity texture. So drag a line, hit multiply on your keyboard and select the multiply node. And connect this here. Just to have a better overview, move all of this a bit back. And then connect this output pin to the alpha threshold of your dither temporal AA. And we also need to set a parameter for the random value. Just do a right click on random and set promote to parameter. Move it here. You can leave the name as it is, but under the details tab, select a value of 0.5 for the default value. Hit enter. And then we are basically done with our shader here. The last thing we want to do is to connect the result pin with the input pin of the opacity mask. And hit on apply. And save. Now go back to your map, and in the next step we will configure the cull distance of your foliage. So under the foliage tab, scroll down to the instance settings. There you will see the cull distance here. And the minimum amount of the cull distance describes in which distance the culling should start based on the location of the player's view. And the max distance here defines where the foliage instances should stop rendering. A good value to start with for the minimum is, let's say, about 300. And for the maximum, let's give it about 400 or even 500. And when you move the camera now, you see that the foliage is slowly and smoothly fading in, and the player will barely notice any pop-ups, which is exactly the result we are looking for. And this brings us to the end of our tutorial. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video again. Now have a great day and do something awesome with your newly achieved UE4 skills. Bye guys!